find that those punishing taxes on both individuals and corporations is having the inverse effect of what you would hope. The targeted infrastructure spending, the key word being targeted, I think that those are worthwhile initiatives, but I don't believe in the massive spending that's going on without a better articulated plan and a more detailed plan being shared with the public. And I don't want this just to be a criticism of the current government, but the transparency element of that, I think, would allow for the government to flesh out that plan in concert with industry and in concert with provinces and territories who have a huge stake in all of this. I think it is a real imperative that we move forward with a pipeline. And whether it's East Coast or West Coast, I would suggest that eventually it has to be both. Look, the consultation, the ongoing work with environmental concerns and committees, that can be ongoing. But look, there has to, at best, be a point in time when we're going to make this decision and put strict parameters on ensuring that it's done safely, that it's done economically with the best interests of everybody. But we stand to be left behind. And Canada has this enormous resource and this enormous opportunity to lead. I find it irreconcilable to be talking about social license, and yet while we leave our resource in the ground, we're buying oil and gas from Saudi Arabia, from Venezuela, from Iran, where they execute children, where they don't have human rights records that are anywhere near what they should be. It's impossible to say, yes, we should buy from them and punish our own industry and our own economy and our own energy sector. We tried for years and were met with tremendous, ferocious opposition. But I would suggest, and others have made this point, that Prime Minister Trudeau has enormous political capital at this moment in time. And like all leaders, he's not unique. That will wane over his period in office. Right now, I would suggest that that would be a very worthwhile and productive investment of his political capital to show leadership and pronounce himself as being in favor of building a pipeline for this country. It's a nation-building exercise. Look, in the current environment, Sir John A. Macdonald would never have been able to build the Great Railroad. We've got to somehow find a way to get past that. And, the courts have a role to play in all of this as well. You cannot give a veto to one sector of the population. You simply can't. It's not democratic. The overall comment is I hope we will learn some lessons from how personal and negative this campaign in the U.S. has become. And it has been that way for a significant time. Very divisive, and it won't go away by the decision that will be taken by the American people. So trying to find a better place and a less hyper-partisan, negative approach to politics, I hope we can take some lessons away from that. Truth is, we have to get along with the United States of America. We can be assertive, we can make our case, we can bargain hard on any number of files, including, Keystone XL, including protection of the North, trade deals, whether it's softwood lumber or NAFTA challenges. But we have to be very pragmatic and straightforward and build that relationship. So whoever is the president after November the 8th, it's incumbent upon not only Prime Minister Trudeau, but incumbent upon all the ministers of his government and business, quite frankly, as well, to engage, to share information, to be upfront about our intentions and our aspirations, and to continue to foster what is the most productive and the most profitable relationship anywhere on the planet. The trade that goes on between Canada and the United States is the envy of the world, and we have to ensure that we keep that border open, that we keep our relations on a level and even keel, and that we continually reach out and foster those discussions and build that relationship. The construction industry is just such a critical partner in all of this, and it is about partnerships. Government can't do it alone, nor can the private sector, and frankly, no element of the private sector can do it alone. So what I think the construction industry and engineers and organizations that represent them can do is bring factual, concrete information to the government to help inform its decisions and to help, quite frankly, rank some of those projects in terms of their importance. So whether it's building a pipeline, or whether it's building more bridges and roads, improving our ports, whether it's investing in new energy, Lower Churchill is an example that comes to mind. Those type of decisions, informed decisions, are enhanced and greatly assisted by the energy, the information that the construction industry can provide directly to government. And there are many, many ways to do that now. It doesn't have to be done through petition or letters that are arm's length. It's direct communication and frank, honest discussion that I think will help government make those good decisions in the interest of Canada and the economy.